Types of chemical reaction. Let us study first type, that is synthesis or direct combination reaction. Now what is direct combination reaction? When two or more reactants, elements or compounds react to form a single product or compound is called a combination reaction. Now for example, A and B, when they react, we get AB. But A and B can be both elements, can be both compounds, can be one element and one compound, but product we will be getting single product, one product only. Now there are several rules to understand this direct combination reaction. So let us understand the general rules and with some examples. So metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Now for this, let us understand the activity series of metals. Potassium to gold. So potassium is the most reactive metal and gold is the least reactive metal. So these metals from potassium to mercury react with decreasing vigor to form corresponding oxides. Now the temperature and time required for the oxide formation increases from potassium to mercury. We can say, or you can say gold and silver also. So here silver and gold, these two do not directly combine with oxygen. Why? Because these two are least reactive. So potassium being more reactive and this is least reactive. So more reactive will take less time and will easily react, but least reactive will not directly react. So metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Now from this activity series of metal, let us take first metal, that is potassium. So when potassium reacts with oxygen, we get potassium oxide. Now see, K plus O2 is K2O according to valency. First step is always we have to remember the rules for the reaction, then only we can able to solve the reactions. And second step is form formula. Once you know that metal reacts with oxygen, you get metal oxide. Form formula on the basis of valency. K is 1 plus O is 2 minus, so interchange and form formula. And the third step is balance the reaction. So in this manner it is a complete reaction. Now when zinc reacts with oxygen, we get zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is yellow when hot and white when cold, and potassium oxide is white only. So this is yellow when hot and white when cold. Now to balance reaction, we have to put 2 over here. Now when iron reacts with oxygen in the presence of moisture. Now see, iron is having variable valency. So whether it will form ferrous oxide or ferric oxide. So whenever iron reacts with oxygen in the presence of moisture, always and always we are getting compound with higher valency. Like here, like copper also. When copper reacts with oxygen, copper having variable valency, cuprous and cupric, it will always form cupric oxide. Now why whenever metal reacts with oxygen, they form compounds with higher valency? Metals having variable valency like iron and copper, or you can say mercury, when they react with oxygen, oxygen being oxidizing agent, it helps it to lose all the electrons and it forms compound with higher valency. So always we'll get ferric oxide, will never get ferrous oxide, and here cupric oxide. Now initial stage cuprous oxide is formed, but final product will be cupric oxide. So it will lose the second electron also, and cupric oxide is the final product. So here let us balance this. This is reddish brown in color. You know the common name of this is rust. So rust is reddish brown in color. and cupric oxide is black in color. Cuprous oxide is red, but final product we are getting is cupric oxide, which is black in color. Now when iron reacts with oxygen and when it is heated very strongly, we get triferric tetraoxide, Fe3O4. Triferric tetraoxide is a mixture of ferrous oxide and ferric oxide. So this is triferric tetraoxide. See here, 2 plus 1 3 and 3 plus 1 4. So here if we balance, this is how we have to balance. So triferric tetraoxide, and this is mixed oxide, mixture of these two oxides, because it has variable valency. When mercury reacts with oxygen, again mercury having variable valency, final product will be HgO, which is orange red in color. Orange red. So here in these reaction, what is important? Metals having variable valency, when they react with oxygen, they will form compounds with higher valency whenever they react with oxygen, chlorine, because these are all oxidizing agent. So they will help these metals to lose all the electrons. Now next is soluble metal oxide plus water gives alkali. Now all these metal oxides are base. What are base? Bases are all metal oxides. So all metal oxides and all metal hydroxides are base. Now when these base, which are soluble metal oxides, so soluble metal oxide, or you can say soluble base, when they dissolve in water, you get alkali. So here for this, let us take example, this potassium oxide which is formed here, when you dissolve it in water, you get alkali, that is KOH. Again this is according to valency, K plus and OH minus, so you get KOH. And now balance. Similarly, sodium oxide when dissolves in water, we get sodium hydroxide. Now balance it. Again same way, Na plus OH minus. In this manner we have formed formula. So first step is to remember rule, second step is to write reaction with the help of valency, and third step is to balance the reaction. So calcium oxide when dissolves in water, we get calcium hydroxide. So in this manner calcium is 2 plus and OH is 1 minus, so calcium hydroxide. See, oxides of metals are called base. A soluble base is called alkali. A soluble base is called alkali. Right? Now third rule is non-metal plus oxygen gives non-metallic oxides. Now all these non-metallic oxides are, acidic oxide except few. So non-metallic oxides are acidic oxide. So now let us take the examples. First we will take the examples of all acidic oxide. So non-metals react or burn in oxygen under different condition to form metal oxide. The non-metals in our syllabus are home, science, never, opt. This is the home, SC, science, never, opt. So these are the most common non-metals in our syllabus: hydrogen, sulfur, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and phosphorus. So let us take the example. When sulfur reacts with oxygen, we get sulfur dioxide, SO2. Here when phosphorus reacts with oxygen, we get P2O5, phosphorus pentaoxide. Now we have to balance this. Carbon when reacts with oxygen, we get carbon dioxide. So here carbon plus oxygen, we are getting CO2, and if the oxygen is in sufficient amount, then we get carbon dioxide. All these three oxides are acidic oxides. Acidic oxides. Now next three examples which we are going to take. See, C plus O2, if it is limited supply of oxygen, then we get CO only, that is carbon monoxide, right? here when nitrogen reacts with oxygen in the presence of air 3000 degrees Celsius temperature, when lightning occurs, we get NO, nitric oxide. This is nitric oxide being unstable further reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Now next reaction is when hydrogen reacts with oxygen in the presence of electric spark. Electricity is required for this electrolysis process. We get water, H2O. So these three oxides are neutral oxides. So we have studied three reactions. So first three are giving us acidic oxide and last three are these neutral oxides. Now next is soluble non-metal oxide plus water gives acid. Now soluble non-metallic oxide is here these non-metallic oxide when they dissolve in water. So these non-metallic oxide which are soluble. So for this CO2 carbon dioxide, this carbon dioxide acidic oxide, when we dissolve in water we get carbonic acid H2CO3. Now how we have to form this? H plus and CO3 2 minus. So this is carbonate and H plus. So interchange the valency, you get this is carbonic acid. Now carbonic acid, you all know in soft drinks we have all carbonic acid, because carbon dioxide dissolved under little pressure in water we get carbonic acid, and this is acid anhydride. Acid without water, as soon as you add water it forms acid. Sulfur dioxide dissolves in water, we get sulfurous acid. This is again sulfite plus hydrogen, you can say here. Sulfur trioxide dissolves in water, we get sulfuric acid H2SO4. So here this is sulfurous acid, this is sulfuric acid. Then P2O5 phosphorus pentaoxide dissolves in water, we get H3PO4. H3PO4 is phosphoric acid. H3PO4. Now to balance we have to put 3 here. Then we have next is N2O3 dinitrogen trioxide is the acid anhydride for nitrous acid, dissolves in water, we get HNO2, that is nitrous acid. N2O5 dissolves in water, we get nitric acid, that is HNO3, nitric acid. Then NO2 when dissolves in water, nitrogen dioxide, we get mixture of both this acid, nitrous acid and nitric acid, and that is why nitrogen dioxide is known as mixed acid anhydride. Mixed acid anhydride. Mixed acid anhydride because it is giving mixture of these two acids, that is nitrous acid and nitric acid. So all these non-metallic oxides are known as acid anhydride. These are acid without water. So acid anhydride means acid without water. Thank you, students.